here goes nothing. We have old Merlin all ready to go, or at least as ready as I can prepare for. Leave it to Wisconsin, just going through this little town. I don't even know the name of it, south of Black River Falls. But either way, see a school zone and see a school. And what is the direct neighbor to the school? The Corner Bar. Good old Wisconsin, where I believe you can drink at any age at a bar as long as you're with your parents. Sasha, we could just drop in for a quick one on our way home from school. Sasha's got a pretty good nest going on over here, living a dog's life. She's in maximum road trip mode. Welcome back to the Lost Cause Ranch. As you guys can see, the terrain is quite a bit different from the norm. That is right, we are up in the Iron Range near Gilbert, Minnesota for the North Star Rover Rally. Yes, that means all the prep for Merlin in the last video worked out. This is what looks to be a very fun-filled weekend. This is put on by the Minnesota Land Rover Club. And this is an ANARC event as well. And you will see some of the neat competition involved in that a little bit later. But look at how freaking awesome this park is. Unfortunately, I think that's probably a bit much for Merlin, especially since Merlin has to drive 411 miles back home to the ranch. Thinking we better bring another one up for that sometime. I think we have arrived. Well, we just got here, made it just in time to catch the group that is going to do a water crossing. The LR3 in front of me has a snorkel. Merlin does not. What do you think, Sasha? On another adventure. So this was like a 2-mile water crossing. Or 12. But it was what I will call tight. Here was everyone getting all lined up and ready to go Saturday morning. Quite the variety. And I was happy to see this defender roll in. This is Steve, a fellow Iowan. I'll link his channel down below. It's This Week with Cars. He has some neat rovers, even though I still claim to be the rover capital of Iowa. But he does a wide variety of awesome stuff beyond just the rover world. Now, it definitely wouldn't be something involving British vehicles, and a whole lot of them, without it raining. We gotta have a little English weather every now and then. So we had a little weather intermission, but now we have a somewhat clearing, less lightning, but we're gonna check out some of the RTV course they have set up. This is part of the ANARC Cup, so it'll be kind of neat to see how this all works out. Some of the Defender and Series stuff is a little advantaged because of width. Even got the Lucky 8 guys here. Oh yeah. Keep going. So the RTV course is obviously a bunch of poles or gates set up throughout different terrain and obstacles. You can't hit the poles, you're not supposed to stop. Essentially, you want to maintain a constant speed.
John, Jeff, these new Defenders
while setting up the correct line to make sure you can hit the next gate or not hit the next gate, however you want to look at it. Love me an old 109 wagon.
Right here, hold on.
19.
Still 0.
That was good. I did not touch that. Alright, that's it, right?
Got a 3.
Look like things may get a little interesting here. We got the ANARC Cup guys waiting to do their physical challenge, set up by the Overland Her team. If you guys know Rovers, you probably know them. They are some Rovella Rally experts, but it's looking like the physical challenge may get a little more physically interesting. Well, I think that makes it for the OHV park here today. We just got a bunch of rusty mud. Sasha's over the weather. It was pretty windy. They had to cancel the physical challenge for the ANARC Cup, which sucks, but no one's complaining about having food. This is kind of a typical Joe trip. This probably would have went well without me here. So we're headed off to dinner, which I believe is possibly indoors, which works out better. But the good news is we will be back here hitting a couple trails tomorrow morning. It'll be a little less organized, but still some fun nonetheless. We should probably take it out of 4 low before we go on the highway. And it is breakfast time for Sasha. It's starting to clear out a little bit around here, but there's still plenty of Rovers sitting in the campground. What a fun weekend so far. Sasha and I are just gonna kind of bum around the Iron Range Park by ourselves and just kind of take in some of the scenery, like this overlook up over here. This is such a neat area. So we are up in northern Minnesota. We're almost to Canada. I damn near need a passport. But this is set on an area that is, and I think some of it's not the park. This was like an iron ore mine, but I think there is still a bunch of iron ore mining going on. And fun fact I found out at the dinner last night is I believe this region supplied like 70% of all the iron ore for the metal used in World War II. That's pretty freaking wild. And speaking of the dinner last night, first class, we were at a ski resort, too fancy for me. Had some great ribs, chicken, and jalapeno cornbread. Can't beat that. Sweet corn was pretty good, but I'm from Iowa. I think ours is better. But at the auction last night, Sasha and I did score some stuff we can hang on the wall in the shop. Excited about that. Found a better overlook, but the dirt up here that you can see over in the hills is pretty freaking wild. It's like rusty dirt. So that's like from the iron ore, I'm assuming. So we got Merlin all covered in some rusty dirt muck. And the camera never does it justice, but this is what they call Hercules Hill. Look at some of this wild freaking hill climb stuff and some trash that we'll grab. And another one. It's crazy because it's almost like some southern red clay dirt, but it's freaking rust instead. I think we're gonna try and go up that too. Now we're gonna try it with mud and ruts and hill descent and kind of let the Rover do the work. That's foot off the brake. That's kind of cool. Have to get a little gas actually. I mean, we're not gonna get too crazy with old Merlin. We don't have a rear locker, we don't have a winch, and we're kind of out here by ourselves, but this is still freaking fun to be in terrain different than you're used to. So in my neck of the woods, it is mud and limestone rocks. Then earlier this year, we were able to head out to Moab, Utah, which is the Red Rocks, and that was freaking beautiful and quite the sight to see. And here up in northern Minnesota in the Iron Range is almost somewhat similar to some of the Utah terrain, but we have a whole lot more pine trees. At least I think they're pine trees. They look like pine trees to me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is some frickin' jagged, sharp rocks. Those will get you. There really is something for everyone around here. Right now I'm just on one of the core roads, and if we look at the map here, there's just a bunch of offshoots. These purple ones are the main road, green are the easy, blue intermediate, red hard, and it just kind of offshoots off the main roads. So if you bring your stock Rover out, you can just go for like a scenic tour. And here is what I've been trying to find today. That's right, Ted's Revenge. So Ted took a picture of this when he was up here last year or the year before, whenever it was. Thought it was funny. There's this sweet guy there, broken stuff there, and what looks to be a trail that Merlin's not gonna take. But we will leave Ted a keychain. But either way, I think that is gonna conclude our little solo run today. Sasha and I will probably head the 411 miles back home. It has been a wonderful weekend, but first I'm gonna stop at the washout station, try and get some of the rusty mud off Merlin. I'm not a master historian, but I'm guessing Ultimate Adventure must have been up here. That looks like it would have been a fun one. Someone lost a sock. Man, this place is just so cool looking. Scratch that. Since they have air compressor right here, we're gonna air up quick before we wash it. There's about the high water mark yesterday when we were going through some puddles. Well, 1,000 miles and 2 fun days of rovering later, we made it back to the ranch. Merlin didn't skip a beat, but I'll catch up with you in 1 second because I'm gonna take a nap. So I think there will forever be a part of the Iron Range attached to Merlin, mainly on the underside. But after $20 at the self-serve car wash, this is as far as we got. Still got a lot. I think it's time for just soaking it with a sprinkler underneath. But that's for another day. I had a freaking blast at the North Star Rover Rally, and it was well worth the trip up there. Beautiful place, tons of fun people, and it was fantastic meeting what I like to call some of my internet friends in person. A lot of you know Liza from the Underpowered Hour, and we saw each other. We both laughed because it's like we know so much about each other through the podcast and my videos. But it was the first time meeting in person. It is cool that these vehicles get to facilitate something like that. And it was nice for us from the Midwest that don't get a lot of the national type of Land Rover events to experience that. So much so that I think we're gonna try and make the last ANARC event down in Alabama at the end of October. Let me know if any of you guys will be attending. We obviously didn't get too crazy with filming, but I just wanted to give you all a taste of what something like that is like. If you're ever teetering on the edge of going or not, it's definitely worth it. We'll definitely be back. The dinner might have even topped it. We were at a ski resort without snow because it's August, and it was a blast. I don't know if I've said a blast yet enough, but it was a blast sitting hanging out with Justin from Lucky 8, Steve from This Week with Cars, and the Virginia boys, and just having a good time. And not only that, they had an auction, and we got ourselves some good wall art for the garage. We're now rally control. But no, there was a lot of people who spent quite a bit more than I did.
650, do I have 675? If not, you're gonna have to beg for beer here. I've got 650 going once, 650 going twice, sold!
And it was great to see the Land Rover community give back to the Rover Club to hopefully make future things like this possible. We also got ourselves a goodie bag just for showing up. A t-shirt, a boatload of stickers, and I thought this was a frickin' genius idea. A garbage bag to keep everything clean, along with some Minnesota wild rice. Not every event do you go to that you get Minnesota wild rice. Too bad I showed up late because supposedly you also got Spam, but this tardy guy came too late and they ran out. Got a couple salted nut rolls too. Only one left because I ate one. But the shirt is a very cool color and I much appreciate that. But I wanted to point out on the back here, because this is what makes these type of things possible, along with keeping our Land Rovers going, which, you know, couldn't be a challenge in itself. But no, everyone on here is a great company. I mean, I don't know them personally, but how do you go wrong with that? But I want to point out Lucky 8 and Rovers North, because these guys were there the entire event. Justin brought his Defender out, a trailer full of spare parts in case anyone needed it. Rovers North had Alex there, and they helped set up the RTV course and make that all sorts of fun. So don't be afraid to support those guys. We have a lot of Rovers around here. I use these three heavily. But with that being said, it was a great weekend overall. I appreciate the Minnesota Land Rover Club. It was fun meeting everyone. And I'm gonna leave you with the physical challenge. I was gonna mix a few seconds here and there in the main part of the video, but here is 8 minutes of what I found to be purely entertaining. This was set up by Liza and Jenna. They comprise, I don't even know if that's the right word, but I'm gonna go with it. They comprise the factory Land Rover team for the Rebel Rally, which is an all-women's navigation challenge, but it's navigation and mapping without technology, which I'm definitely not capable of. But they put together the physical challenge, and it was quite the treat. Unfortunately, earlier in the day, we got some severe weather, and we were kind of asked to leave the park by the park staff, which was completely understandable. But there was a clearing later in the day, and a couple of us got to watch this thing in person. So I just want to share it with everyone else.
Whoa, this got complicated.
Yes, this is a physical challenge. Whatever now and then. Oh no! See if they survive. Do you have the cheat sheet if you need it? I'll go check. You keep going. Okay.
The Jeeps may have just messed up the physical challenge course. We'll find out.
I'm going to hand you guys your clues. You cannot look at them until we start the timer and say go. This gives you your first set of instructions. Remember, your buddy has broken down in the woods and you need to bring him the spare tire. I'll tell you a couple of important things. This is your start and end point. Right here. This jerry can. This spot is your start and end point. You have several waypoints you need to find. Once you help your buddy out and give him the tire, follow the directions on the piece of paper that is in your hands. It will tell you what to do next. Jenna will be in a location. If you get to me and you cannot figure out what to do next, You may go all the way back to Jenna, and she has a clue she can give you to help you finish this task.
Bro, no looking ahead. I'm checking for more Jeeps.
It gives you instructions to your next waypoint.
Okay,
Jenna will
so
be there to
there's
help
just
you
one
out, but
on
it'll
that.
be obvious. I'm going to start the timer in 3, 2,
Are we all go at the same time?
1,
Yeah.
go.
Look at it. Okay, so I'm 8. I don't know if there are degrees in ours.
Breathe carefully! Breathe carefully!
I think it worked.
Are we all following the same instructions?
You are. But you're all following them wrong.
What does back azimuth mean? Go back in the car. Come on, Doug. See a second. Nobody said definitions. What does back azimuth mean? Right, where am I taking this tire?
Back bearing. It didn't say back as.
Okay, what does back bearing mean?
Back bearing.
Are you saying the opposite direction? Jenna, what does back bearing mean? Wrong. Okay, Clarence, you gotta go 100 yards. Doug, got directions?
Yeah, but not sure why you don't. If I'm having to roll a tire.
Trey, where are you? It says it's a cup with our team's letter. Oh, okay, that's different.
Is there anything in it?
There's no clue. This is 120 degrees.
Doug,
Ours
this
is
way.
The
Right there.
is off.
That should have our letter on it. You got a C on it?
Yes.
Okay.
We're coming back to you, Eliza.
We're going down to the start. And we're going that way. 20 meters.
It's probably going to be over there by the electric meter. Nothing.
So 20 meters.
Back again.
Well, I looked for a letter on it.
Look inside.
Yes.
Jesus fuck. Man, I'm recovering your ground, man. Whoa, this got complicated. Using a calculator, convert this coordinate to decimal degrees. 28 minutes, 34 degrees north. That's lat.
Yeah, instructions didn't say we have to solve that before.
Yeah, that's true, but you can't bring it to me unless you have it solved.
Not to you.
It says if you're stumped, run back to waypoint number 2 to ask for a hint.
Waypoint 1. Waypoint 1 is a table.
But what else does it say on your
Oh,
piece
back
of
to
paper?
waypoint number 1. This is not right. I thought you were waypoint number 1. You're the start.
Where's waypoint 1?
It was where you dropped your tire.
What did you do? Do the 34. You know that's 0.5 something, right?
So 28.34?
No, you shouldn't be doing the 10. Oh,
That's
I
what
see.
got to that answer. So 28. So 28 point.
So Clarence, I gotta go talk to Jenna. I got a
28
hint. I don't understand it. Hey Jenna, I got
These
two
are two
different
divided by
examples.
60. It's 4.72.
Oh, that is equal to that.
No.
10.30. 10 minutes.
That's right.
We didn't say you couldn't. You're right about that. We didn't say you couldn't. Okay, all right, let's see. That is incorrect. Your number is incorrect.
What do we do? Try it again?
You can go get a hint from Jenna that explains exactly how to calculate the number, or you can try your math again. The physical part is running back up to Jenna to get the hint if you need it.
And your ride left.
Meanwhile, back here.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
So
So that's 92.44. And now we go back to
47.567. This is the first one.
right. Okay, so what did you find up at the waypoint number 1?
Nothing.
The tire, I guess?
Yeah, you're just supposed to bring the tire back.
You had a head start on me. 62. Yeah, I was in the radio.
Yeah. We got a software engineer and a fucking architect. I was like,
So I did the math and got the decimal right, and Charles was like, "No, that's not how you do it."
Need
We
help?
redid it and got the same decimal.
That's the twice.
We
At least
double
one of
checked
them.
each other on the first one.
First or second number you think is wrong.
hey, he didn't bring his tire all the way over here.
It's gotta come all the way to here. Okay, the team that got it right,
We're the ones with the hole in it.
yeah, the team that got it right is you guys.
Yes.
You guys put
I knew we did it.
466
I knew it.
by the
Younger,
digit.
stronger, faster,
You guys
smarter!
got-
And you said no.
That
Let me
one
do the
was
math.
wrong.
And I came up with the same
number.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, yes, we got it.
Alright, I'll put
So you guys,
Seal this deal.
with a little help from your friends,
Creative.
There you go.
creative thinking.
Clarence missed a
Yes.
decimal. He wrote it down wrong.
That's right.
Carry the
That's
one.
input error.
All right, so I think
My
the
mistake.
final result is
First place.
first place
Second
with an
place.
extremely close second place.
Yeah, third place.
And we're third.
Third place.
I'm used to coming in last, so thank you.
We came in first. First place.
So sometimes a physical challenge needs a little mental workout as well. It's a good comment.
It's hard to think when you're tired.
Did you hear that Clarence and I, after he showed us the math, we wrote it down wrong?
Oh no.
Can we put this in the back of your high cap? It's going back to camp.
Yeah.
Just as you put it in the back of the LR4.
Yeah,
I'm
for
tired.
sure. Yeah.